Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. And as you can see from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about a couple of different stories, one including the rapper Tory Lanez. He was attacked right on the prison yard. And we have to talk about Beyonce's Cowboy Carter success, the tour revenue in just the first 5 days. It is amazing. I am so proud. Now, before we get into these stories, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on the Beyonce clips, minus the music, is allowed. All right, so we're going to first start off serious and we're going to get into Tory Lanez. So shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. You all know that it is my favorite blog for its variety and stories and the fact that it does not flag videos, okay, here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and click on this story here. The headline reads, Tory Lanez was reportedly stabbed 14 times and placed on a breathing apparatus, 2 times in the head, 7 in the back, and 1 in the face, and 4 in the torso. And I want to show the earlier headline, and it reads, Tory Lanez transported to the hospital after he was reportedly stabbed on a prison yard. Okay, so let's get into the details. Tory Lanez's team, they posted this on his Instagram, and it reads that Tory was attacked a total of 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally and in good spirits and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. So I was very shocked to hear that Tory was attacked in prison. I know that I'm so thankful that I've never been to prison, but of course we've heard once the inmates who are already there, they hear about what you've done, they may deal with you. I'm not saying that he brought this on himself or this is what he deserves. You all know that spiritually, one of my concepts that I don't really favor is karma, only because I feel like some people weaponize it when they don't like someone or particularly the action that they did. They weaponize like karma is going to get you. And I feel like it's like a means to almost like put fear in the other person or make them feel threatened. So I try to steer away from that, almost like I don't feel like I have the authority to say something bad is going to happen to someone or their life is going to take some sort of tragic turn because I don't like what they did or I don't F with them. But I'm just like, whoa, I'm surprised because he is a public figure. So you kind of think, are public figures, are they protected on some level in prison? Apparently not. Now, is he like the most well-known celebrity? Of course not. But he did have a widely publicized case. And I am just like so shocked. And it's not like we really hear a lot of details on prison crimes. I feel like we only hear about what happens here on the outside, right? So I don't even know if we'll hear any more details unless his loved ones get more information and a blogger interviews them. But do you all think that this is connected to someone who adores Meg Thee Stallion? Do you think that this is tied to her at all? I'm not saying that I think she ordered the attack. I don't think that Meg Thee Stallion ordered the attack. She sees where he is paying his debt to society for what he did to her. She's moved on. She's a very successful musical artist. I don't think she ordered that at all, but could it be like a crazed fan? I'm just really, because other than that, does he have any other enemies that would order such an attack? So I'm just really curious, like, where did this all stem from? Or does he have bad blood with a fellow inmate? If he does, that is not smart at all, because again, you are somewhat of a public figure. The case that he was involved in, I feel like, was more well known than him as a rapper. And I would imagine a lot of people definitely sided with her. And after all, she is a woman, he's a man. And the prison, allegedly, they do keep up with what someone did, and that kind of guides their decision on whether or not they're going to like you. So I wish there were more details that would come out. I have a feeling that nothing will come out, though. We'll probably hear of his health progress. I definitely wish him a full and speedy recovery. But I'm just really curious, like, what in the world? Because to get attacked and a total of 14 times, there's a lot going on here. So, but I wish him a full and speedy recovery. Do you think that we will hear more about this? I would like to hear more, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. So let's go ahead and get into Beyonce. Let me make sure this is muted. Okay, so I will, click the arrow so that you all can check out the cool clips. One thing when Beyonce goes on tour, Instagram, I posted this on my IG stories. I said Instagram becomes Beyonce gram when she goes on tour, because everyone posts clips on Instagram, on TikTok, and the TikToks make their way to Instagram. So if you wanted to go on the Cowboy Quarter tour and you didn't make it, just follow me, baby, because I am posting the clips. So here she is, and with Beyonce's curvaceous figure, it's amazing because to me, she's like so slim yet curvy. I've been a fan of Beyonce since Destiny's Child. They were in high school. I was in high school, and Beyonce used to be thicker. I don't know if anybody remembers, but when she was a teenager and in her early 20s, she was thicker. She slimmed down once she started acting. Once she got the role in Austin Powers, they made her lose weight. And one of the things that she did, it was the mixture. It looked gross. Like when people would do it, it was the lemon juice, water, and cayenne pepper. And like the church that I went to when I was in my 20s after college, like he would keep a huge container of it. It looked like he'd been like pissing in it all day. Like if I was involved in an auxiliary at church and I would go to like a meeting after work, he would like pull that thing out and like would be drinking it. It was just so gross. But that's what reportedly Beyonce did. In addition to cardio, she would drink that lemon juice, cayenne pepper, water mixture to it was like a fat burner. But she still has her curvaceous figure. But I remember when she was even thicker. Let me know in the comments if you do too. And then I think also because the other members of Destiny's Child, they were so slender. Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, and also LaToya Luckett and Octavia. Latavia. I always want to call her Octavia. Latavia. I believe also that's what made Beyonce look extra thick as well. But she is just so gorgeous. But anyway, her Cowboy Carter tour debuts with a gross revenue of $55 million for the first 5 dates. Sets record for biggest single venue engagement for a woman in history. Congratulations, Beyonce. So let's break it down. This is according to Billboard. Beyonce grossed $55.7 million and sold 217,000 tickets during her first 5 shows at the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, which is just 10 miles from downtown LA. So of course, I instantly got curious. I Googled, I could have done the math on my phone as well, but I took 55,700,000, divide that by 217,000 tickets, and that comes out to an average price of $256.68 per ticket. And that is pretty, that's like Chris Brown tickets and up for him, and that's on average. So people who were sitting super close to the stage, they would have paid above that 256. Some people would have paid a little less if they were really far away, but basically on average $260 per ticket. 217,000 people paid that money, and she grossed $55.7 million. dollars. And again, she sets the record for the biggest single venue engagement for a woman in history. So you cannot tell me that in the spirit realm, like Beyonce's life is just blessed. She was meant to be an entertainer, meant to be a singer, and meant to be who she is, even down from her mindset to her physicality to her spirit, her energy, because this type of success, it can only be like ordained in the spirit realm. So I think that this is fantastic. And what's also amazing is that it is for her Cowboy Carter tour, which Cowboy Carter, it is a country album. It's like there are some songs that's definitely country. Like I love her song with Miley Cyrus. You know, it's very romantic. It's a ballad. I love her song with it's the Levi Jeans with the gentleman. I can't think of his name right now. I used to play that song all the time. Beyonce Jeans song. Who was that with? Post Malone, that's his name. I love Levi's jeans with Post Malone. It's very flirtatious, you know. He's talking about seeing her body in a picture in his phone, and it's awesome. I love it. So it's definitely country, but it's really soulful as well. When people first started streaming it, sometimes they were like, I just like, 16 carriages, but I think you had to be open-minded and just trust the artist that she is. She's a dynamic songwriter, very creative producer. And so I was just open and I fell in love with a lot of the songs, but it's also very soulful as well. It's retro, like with Yaya. A lot of people chose Yaya for like their Instagram post. That reminds me of like the 1960s, like in the beginning of the Ike and Tina movie, where she's dancing to Tail Feather. That's Yaya reminded me of that moment in that movie, kind of like the 60s with like the bob wigs and the above the knee boots and the short dresses, so it gave a lot of different feels. So for this to be a country album, not really her niche, not 100% R&B, and she has broken this record for the biggest single venue engagement for a woman in history, it is very, very inspiring. I'm so excited for Beyonce. And I just think that this is fantastic. I feel like, I don't feel like I'm in the beehive because I've been following, since high school with Destiny's Child. And I feel like the beehive, it's kind of like it's a call center, and the beehive, they're all of the reps. And I'm like one of the supervisors. That's how I kind of look at that. So I just really am super proud of Beyonce, and I think that it is amazing. And those are the stories that I wanted to talk about. I also watched episode 10, which is the most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season Sweet 16. I'm going to make a couple of shorts regarding that because I do want to talk about my thoughts with Drew's husband, Ralph, filming with Portia and Shamia. And I want to talk about him saying, oh, he filed because of her affair with Ty Young. So it was just BS just coming out of his mouth, kind of like vomit. It was just spewing out. So thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you all had a fantastic Monday. Let me pull up that Beyonce story again because there were more clips, like the robot pouring her drink. Oh, and I thought this outfit was so cute. Like it looks like it's denim patches. I thought this was really cute. And go Beyonce. She is full of energy. In her Renaissance movie, she was drinking like ginger shots all the time. I make ginger tea nearly every day. I was like, does ginger give her all that energy? And then here's the robot pouring her drink. I think I shared a clip like this. She's like watching TV and she's about to go down under the stage. I believe that's her cognac. Sir Francis makes a toast. I'm keeping it on mute, of course. And here's her with her baby, Blue Ivy. Somebody commented on one of the clips, like, oh, I'm so glad Blue let her mom join her on her tour. Like, Blue is doing great as a dancer, full of energy. You can tell she wants to be there, and you can tell she's a hard worker. So kudos to Blue. She's doing fantastic. And Rumi, she brings her out on the tour as well. Rumi is in the beginning of the song Protector on Cowboy Carter. Lots of people have been using that song as well on their Instagram content. It's a ballad where Beyonce says, I'll be your protector. It's a lovely song. Yeah, so a lot of cool clips of the tour. Definitely check that out. So I had a great Monday. It was long, it was really busy with work. And then I went to the gym. I went to the gym late. So because of work, and then I missed Melody's Instagram live. So like I'm checking out her IG stories. Oh my gosh, I missed her Instagram live. Does anybody know what Melody talked about? Please let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. And then I started looking on the neighborhood talk for some stories that would speak to me that I would want to talk about. And then I was also like listening to Carlos King's Messy Monday show. They talked a lot about Shamia and Portia's friendship dynamic over on Roa. And now I have created this content, and it was a magnificent Monday. And for that, I am very thankful. I express my gratitude. And we are all going to have a terrific Tuesday. So I need to like make my overnight oats. I need to knock that out after I upload this video. And yeah, it's going to be a great day. It's been like beautiful sunshine. It just gets chilly in the evening. It gets a little breezy, but very nice. It's going to be a terrific Tuesday. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.